I'm delighted to be joined this afternoon in Toronto by Jennifer Reynolds, CEO, Toronto Financial Services Alliance. Jennifer, thank you very much for agreeing to participate in our Business of Trust program. Mm-hmm. And we've been talking about the CIVIC principles. And I suppose my first question is, of the 5 CIVIC principles, which is the one that resonates most loudly with you? And perhaps for what reason?
For me, it's value to society. It's really conveying what the financial services industry, what is that value? And I think for me, the reason it does resonate is I think that's been lost in the narrative. I think what we were seen to be is just all about the bottom line and profit. And we do generate profits, and that's great. And in our case in Canada, it's 7% of GDP. I think it's just over 11% for yourself in the UK. But where did that revenue come from? Where did that income come from? What was the business, the activity every day? And it was around supporting communities, actually. It was around lending to small business. It was around insurance to people, to companies. It was around pension funds and asset management and making sure that when people retire, they have something. But that has been lost. That element of the story has been lost, and I think it's turned about just profit all the time. And so I think we need to create that reconnection for people to reestablish that trust with the industry.
That's fantastic. So communicating that sense of real social purpose.
Exactly.
On my second question, and we've been talking too about the sort of recommendations born out from or coming through from our Leaders of Tomorrow program. Is there one particular that resonates with you again, and for what particular reason?
Yeah, I think I go back to that clear purpose beyond profit making for me.
I thought you were going to get
That's the one we need to get to, yeah. And I think it's about telling that story of what we really do every day and what the value is, but also the ancillary benefits to communities, because the financial services sector in Canada, and I know in the UK as well, is also a really important supporter of charities and philanthropy, of not-for-profit groups who are doing good work. And I think we need to think about that tie with the community and continue to create that tie with the community in those ways and to tell those stories, because that role is important. I think we have a responsibility to play that role in the financial sector. But again, I think it's just not a connection that's being made right now, that it goes beyond just going to the branch. So I think that element too is very, very important.
Absolutely, and presumably prime examples, good examples happening in Canada, but actually often not heard, not listened to, not shown, not understood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the issue. I think it's not just to have. Sometimes people think it's to have the brand associated with an initiative, but I actually think there is a desire to support these types of initiatives that are good for the communities.
Fantastic. Another very clear example, clear answer. My third question, trust, a very complex agenda, but is there a personal recommendation that you would make to the communities or the people that you would engage with and you do engage with around restoring trust and building trustworthiness?
Yeah, I think they really need to, as I said earlier, to change the narrative, to really speak about what they do in a different way. It's one thing, the way we might speak to each other within the industry about what we're doing. I think when you're talking to the broader public, people need to really understand the value of what we do every day and not just talk about the bottom line.
That is it. Again, another clear. So purpose, social purpose, changing the narrative.
Absolutely.
A very clear message. And my final question, a simple binary question. The CIVIC principles that we've been talking to and the program of Business of Trust, can it help restore trustworthiness and build trust between business and society?
Absolutely. We need to do that. A lot was lost in 2008 and in the years thereafter, and so this is a job, and it doesn't happen overnight. We're going to have to work at it, but that's exactly what we need to be doing right now. I think this type of initiative is very, very important for the industry right now. Thank you, Jennifer. As I often say, it's trust arrives on foot and leaves on a galloping horse. Much to be done, but an important and critical agenda. Thank you, Jennifer, very much for agreeing to participate in our Business of Trust program. Excellent. Thank you.